how about treating yourself to a shawl? Mubashir Andrabi, co-founder of Andrab in Jaipur, tells us what people are buying in the middle of the pandemic.
My name is Mubashir Andrabi and I'm one of the co-founders of the label called Andrab. From Kashmir, we primarily do Pashmina shawls, which is our forte, and we can show you different types of Pashmina shawls that are being done in the part of our country, in the valley. The most popular trends and designs, we at Andrab like to keep it timeless, and I think one of those examples is a piece like what we know as Rang Biranga. This is an idea which originated or which took seed with a karigar of ours, and a lot of yarn which is left with us with every production. We mixed and matched, and there was this combination that was born, and now every piece that we do is absolutely unique, one of a kind, and this has been one of our best sellers. And I think in the last year or two there has been this huge trend of the ikats. We in India love colors, as we all know, so this is our tribute to the color savvy Indian. And not to miss, the finest embroideries which have always been at the heart of our collection. See the best of Sozni embroideries. We start the range anywhere from 15,000 rupees, and it can go all the way into a few lakhs and above, depending on the amount of embroidery a shawl would have, or the time that it has taken us to make one piece. But generally 15,000 rupees is our starting point, and it goes all the way, like I said, into lakhs of rupees. For sure, sales have been impacted by the whole pandemic, and I would say like a lot of us in the tourism world, we have been hugely impacted, and we are trying to negotiate, find different ways of reaching out to people here, and I think online is what everybody is going to. And I think it might be just the saving grace for the time being, but hopefully, as everything goes back to the pre-pandemic, like they say, and we all start rolling again. I think overall, if you talk about the numbers, I think there's a good 60-70% of revenue loss that I think most businesses would agree on, that that has been definitely a big like loss for everyone related to anything that's handcrafted. It's not only the tourism, anything that is it's all interrelated in a way, but you'd say good 60-70% of revenue loss. Well, the last year definitely has changed a lot throughout the world. There's a lot of negatives, fine, but there's also a lot of positives that have come in, especially we being in an era of being online, say for example, and everybody is trying to see how they can reach, maximize their reach and reach it to people who have been their buyers before, or creating, getting to new buyers and clients, and I think while the sales have been impacted, we are still trying to negotiate, because it's a new curve for a lot of us to understand how we can get into that space. Well, there's a huge change, definitely, since we're very new to the medium. We've just launched a few months ago, but we do see there's a huge, interest in terms of, because someone like us, we're not online, and there are people from all across the globe, who are getting in touch, and slowly but surely, liking the fact that we're also online, and we see, there's a good amount of interest and business that, we're hoping and saying that, it will come through online as well. Supply and production of shawls has definitely been impacted because of the whole pandemic. But, we're working on things, us as a brand, this has given us time to rethink, re-strategize, how we can do things better. But definitely, our whole cycle of how we, the production has been kind of impacted. If you have to take care of it, because it's a precious thing, you have to, when you're not using it, I'd always advise that you put in a Ziploc. Either use the desi nuskas of putting neem ka patta. The best way to take care of a silk carpet is like, one silk, what we make in Kashmir is absolutely robust. It is, the more you use it, the finer they get. It's also like how we have the shawls, the more you use them, the finest pashmina, the real quality pashmina, the more you use them, the better they become, With carpets, you have to be, careful in terms of, whenever you're not using them, just roll them up nicely, and if you can tie them and put them away. And don't keep them in a damp place. If we want to, say, go and buy the best shawls, more authentic shawls, you have to look for people who have dedicated themselves to it. And I think the source is very important. The source here, I mean, not only the brand that you're buying from, also how they're sourcing their pashmina. Is it the Changthangi pashmina, or is it something else that is coming from all across the globe and gets, makes its way to Kashmir, and then it's kind of, recycled or remade or whatever they do and then sent out. There's a very handful of people who work, and we feel very fortunate to be amongst that small lot of people. Pashmina, authentically, if you look at pashmina, there are very three important things. One, it has to be light. When I mean to say light, it has to be also, I can say it's weightless, but the warmth is unparalleled, because it comes from, it's sourced from the real goat, the warmth is absolutely unparalleled. It's the softest, warmest, and the lightest. These are three very basic qualities for you to understand what the real pashmina is all about. And having grown up in Kashmir to a certain age, and I would like to say this, we can, sign off with it, is that, pashmina provides you with warmth. Warmth is synonymous to love, which is also synonymous to peace. There has been a lot of things that have been going on, but this is over the last so many centuries in our part of the country, in Kashmir, this is one thing that has kept us going. I hope you got to understand a little bit of shawl making and what you should look into while you are buying a shawl. So happy buying from all of us at Andhra.